One of my favorite people on the planet and one of my favorite guests to have here on the show. A video that he did with the Chiefs and Andy Reid playing his brother Randy, Modern Family's finest. Eric Stonestreet, good to see you, sir.
Good to see you, Rich. You're not invited.
I did not get an invitation.
That's amazing. That should make all people that don't get invited to something in their lives feel way better about themselves.
You know what? It was a great part of my life. It was there for 7 years. Met Susie, who you know, there. My kids are ESPN babies. My career started there, and I have nothing but the fondest of memories. And
lost your address.
And for 15 consecutive ESPY awards now, 16, I think. It's all good. You know, I come out of the smoke Sunday morning every day on the NFL Network. Maybe that has something to do with it. Although they invited Tirico back, and he left. He left just a few years ago.
Yeah.
At any rate,
I'd take it personally.
I do.
Good.
I very much do. What a hilarious video that you put out.
Oh,
yesterday,
thanks, man. Yeah.
Where you play Randy Reid, the brother of Andy Reid.
Yeah. The idea started a few. Like 3 or 4 years ago.
No kidding, that long?
Just the idea of it. My friend Jerry Collins, who helped me on this, who wrote a lot of the stuff in the interviews and stuff like that. Great guy. We were back in Kansas City, and when we were leaving, he was like, we should do something where you play Andy Reid's brother. And then Randy Reid happened, and then I said something to Mark Donovan about it, the president of the Chiefs, and he was like, let's do it. But then this year, Brett Veach called and was like, do you want to do something in stadium? And I was like, I don't want to really do anything in stadium. But we had this idea, and he was like, done, we're doing this. He rallied the troops, Tyler and Mike and the whole crew there at the Chiefs media, and got Coach Reid on board, which everybody loves Andy. So I wanted it to be a celebration of the Chiefs, a love letter from me to the Chiefs and to the fans. Just a fun little thing. And then... But they did a great job. We shot it in a day at training camp.
Well, because it looks like Hard Knocks.
That's what I wanted it to look like. I wanted it to feel like real, grounded, and the interactions with the players and Coach Reid grounds it and makes it believable. There are people that thought it was not me.
Really?
Yeah. People tweeted me saying it, I bought into it thinking it was not, Randy's brother.
So during training camp, Andy Reid, how many hours did he give you?
Oh,
or do you say the time's yours?
On the field, the only rules were don't get ahead of the play, meaning when they're out there practicing, and don't get near coach. Because I'm a fan first, Rich. You know that. I did not want to be in the way of winning a Super Bowl.
Could you imagine that there's a week 1 loss in Jacksonville because Randy Reid got in the way of a practice? We can't have that.
That was my biggest fear. So I wanted to just do this in the shadows. And a lot of people didn't even know I was there. A lot of players thought I was a coach. I mean, Tyreek Hill, when he saw me, he thought I was a coach on the field. He was like, I thought you were coach. Like, so from a distance, there are shots that you can't tell me people wouldn't think it was any. Anyway, they gave us full access. Andy signed off on it. Brett signed off on it. They signed off on it with the rule of stay away from Andy, which I'm like, no problem. I don't want to be anywhere near Big Red.
Right.
And don't get ahead of the play and just, kind of don't get in the huddle. I couldn't get in the huddle when they were doing stuff. At the end I could, but
did you feed lines to Kelsey?
So I would walk up to the guys and say, like, okay, I'm going to come back. Don't do this or do this. Say this or don't. But Kelsey's a natural, dude.
He is.
Kelsey, Coach Reid, and Brett Veach, all naturals. Brett Veach delivering that line where he's like a coach we don't want or need. I mean, he does a great job. And Andy, the thing I love is you see Andy's personality there when I say I brought ribs. Oh, man. Like just how generally excited he is. And I just love that people get to see Andy and that he was willing to do it is so cool. The guys did a great job. The Chiefs communications, the content people shot it.
Right. Who edited it?
Oh, dude, this guy named Evan Miller, great guy. Yeah. He sat there and edited. They're used to editing sports stuff, clips of things. They know the parameters. A lot of time went into getting these cuts because there's an hour and 15 minutes of material that needed to be condensed down to 5 minutes. So they all work their tail off. And
it's funny, and it's available on Eric Stonestreet, Instagram,
Go to Chiefs,
and Twitter.
It's out there.
Yeah, everybody posted it yesterday.
Yeah,
that's a great way to we're back. The football's back.
Yes,
and it adds something special.
Yes.
To the fact that the Chiefs are
we're gonna win the Super Bowl. No, I just wanted it to be a little fun thing, and now I want to get in. I just want to win, baby. That's somebody else's thing.
No, I know. Well, that's the Raiders.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the latest from Oakland, which I guess we should give to the Rich Eisen Show listeners and viewers in case you're just joining, is that Antonio Brown, according to Josine Anderson of ESPN, had an emotional speech and apology to his teammates.
Cool.
And it looks like he's going to play Monday night now.
Really?
It looks like it's possible that he plays Monday night. I don't know how we get from apologizing to the team. I assume an apology must be delivered to the face of Mike Mayock.
Yeah.
And you have to have some form of monetary discipline here. Otherwise it would simply be we're rallying around him cursing out the general manager and emotionally apologizing for it. And man, that makes him. Remember when we all came to a team when Antonio came and apologized for calling Mike Mayock a cracker? I mean, really? I mean, That's not like the Gipper right here. You know what I mean?
No, they got to figure that out. I mean, I enjoyed watching Hard Knocks. I'm a John Gruden fan. I think John Gruden's awesome.
We all are.
Yeah, and I love Mike Mayock. You know how much I love Mike Mayock.
Right.
I'm actively rooting against them when they play the Chiefs. I'm not rooting against them when they're not playing against the Chiefs, just like I'm not rooting against what's-his-name's team over there unless they're playing the Chiefs. But, I'm not a rooter against her. But come on, they gotta set a standard here. It's like you can't just scream and yell at the general manager and then...
One has to think some form of next step before the ultimate step of suiting him up in his new helmet.
I don't know the monetary
Monday night.
thing of them suspending him. If they suspend him, doesn't that void a significant amount of his contract?
Well, there's all sorts of stuff that's out there. His behavior to this point does appear to be enough for them to just void it right now.
Yeah.
So
I've heard he's a great guy. I heard he's a good teammate when he's there. I heard he's fun and cool, and his appearance on Hard Knocks with all the kids, all that is all great. I don't know if it's just all for show or whatnot. I mean, I can't tell you, but
not your problem.
Not my problem. Let's talk more about the Chiefs.
Okay. Now, what do you
want to know?
Okay. For everybody who has Damian Williams in fantasy, like me,
yep.
Should I be concerned about LaShawn McCoy?
Damian Williams is the starting running back of the Kansas City Chiefs, and now and Darwin Thompson was our second string, and I think he's shifted down a little bit because I drafted LaShawn McCoy as a Bill in my fantasy team, and now he's on my roster as a Chief.
Nah, but because again, I'm
running back by committee, dude. Stop us. You know how good LaShawn McCoy is out of the backfield.
Yes.
Damian Williams great out of the backfield. Darwin Thompson, this kid, amazing out of the backfield. I can't wait for a two-back set, baby.
And now Mecole Hardman, how much is he going to have anything to do with
I don't know, but I think he's going to be a great player. I think he's going to develop into a great player. We drafted him.
Drafted him when it seemed like Tyreek Hill might not play another down for the team. That's not why we drafted him, though.
We did not. The Chiefs believed in Tyreek Hill from the beginning because they had the full scope of the picture. That's not why we drafted Mecole Hardman, to my knowledge.
Okay.
Anyway, yes, we have Mecole Hardman, Kansas State Wildcat, Byron Pringle, our wide receiver core.
I love that how you love your Kansas State Wildcats.
I do.
Man.
I love football.
I know you do. And now Tyler Lockett's the number one receiver.
Love Tyler Lockett. It's so good.
Up in Seattle right now.
Yep.
Okay, so
what?
The thing about the Chiefs that I want to see is the defense. I think you've got an upgrade in Frank Clark, with all due respect to D Ford. And Tyrann Mathieu in the back he's done. I love that guy.
I mean,
he can play for me. He's one of those he can play for me type
anywhere
guys.
On the field.
Right.
And look at his snap count from the Texans last year. He's everywhere.
Right.
And the way we're going to use him with Spags' defense, I think is going to be phenomenal. Got to meet Spags at training camp.
As Randy Reid?
I did have my mustache on when I talked to him, and he was very confused. I introduced myself as a dumbass. There's a great outtake.
Right.
You'll love this.
Right.
Of me talking to a security guard on the field, asking him if any wild animals ever get up here on this field. He's like, well, not to my knowledge, maybe at nighttime. I said, well, if a wild animal gets up here, what would you do? He's like, well, I'd tackle it. I'm like, good. Randy Reid out. And so, but as I'm standing there, this little kid comes up and he goes, hey, can I get your autograph? And I'm like, I'm not doing autographs right now, kid. And so I keep talking to this guy doing this bit. And then as I leave, I say, hey, I'll sign your thing now. And I'm signing it. And I go, I'm just a dumb actor, right? And he goes, yeah, I know. Like, I just wanted to make sure that he didn't think I was anything important to do with the Chiefs.
So funny.
But he acknowledged that I was, in fact, just a dumb actor.
Did you get Mahomes involved in this?
I didn't bother Mahomes.
Again. This is where the fan.
Yeah, and
trumps comedy, right?
Yes,
fan trumps comedy.
I just wanted to get in there and get out and make it. And same with the release of it. I wanted it out a little sooner than it was out, but it's out now. And then I just want to win games. I just wanted to do something fun, and I was so thankful, grateful that Brett. Let me tell you something right now, Chiefs fans. We were lucky to have Brett Veach,
the GM.
The GM. Brett Veach is a great leader.
I give you the floor here. So, because again, you have some inside information or insight just about how
I told him the other day,
all works
the fact
in KC.
that I'm talking to you on the phone, the general manager of my favorite sports franchise ever, and he's not giving. I didn't know Tyreek signed his deal. I learned that from just like everybody else. I'm not, and I don't want that pressure of knowing that kind of stuff. Wouldn't ask for it, but just the fact I told him, I said the fact that I'm as a 40-something-year-old man talking to the general manager of the Kansas City Chiefs is a dream come true. Like, I can't explain how much it means to me to have them give me that access in that moment.
Well, you live your best life, Eric Stonestreet, because you're buddy with the goods. The commission.
Roger knew all about this video. I sent him a picture right after I did it, and he was like,
"You're giving the commissioner updates on the set of Randy Reid?"
I absolutely was. He asked me for it. He's like, "What's going on with Randy Reid?" And I said,
"Come on,
it's happening. It's happening. Swear." Because here's the thing.
Yes,
that speaks to who Andy Reid is. Everyone loves Andy Reid. And that has nothing to do with me. That has to do with the fact that I got to go in and celebrate our head coach, who everyone loves.
Well, this is it, don't you think? This is it.
For Andy?
This is the best chance here.
Oh, for sure.
This is it. I mean, like, it's time.
Look,
for Andy Reid. They have the defending MVP, who I believe is going to be the first back-to-back MVP since Peyton Manning. I believe it.
I love you, Rich Eisen.
I truly believe it. They have a dynamic offense. We just named we didn't even mention Sammy Watkins. We didn't even mention his name.
Sammy Watkins is healthy.
Yeah.
He is a stud.
We didn't mention the line. I know you love your linemen. You worked them all into your video.
Kodiak.
I know. Okay. And you also, they've got the defense.
We have the defense.
So
Frank Clark is an animal. Chris Jones is an animal. Those guys up front, Derek Nottie. Unfortunately, we lost Breland Speaks this year. We got Tano Passanio is a huge dude, and then you got Okafor.
That's what I'm saying. This is it.
But they know how to line up properly, right?
Yeah, we know how to line up properly.
Okay, great.
You guys know how to inflate balls? I can't remember.
Just checking.
Okay, yeah, you do know how to inflate them properly. That's right. I remember now.
Science.
You guys
know science?
Yeah, it is actually science.
Just line up properly. That's all I'm asking.
We don't have that problem. He's
anymore.
Gone. He's somewhere else.
Anymore.
Oh, look, man. I am very excited. I will not miss a Chiefs home game this year.
Is that true?
That is 100% true.
You've checked your schedule. Everything's all set.
Yes.
Okay.
I have flights booked in December to make sure I'm correct with everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're ready.
Are you going to be at one of the games? Is anything on your schedule?
I got 2 London games that I'm calling for the NFL Network, and otherwise I'm just here in Los Angeles.
We were just talking about you.
Who's that?
In Kansas City. The kid that was editing this, he's a big fan of yours, and he was like, "Why doesn't Rich Eisen call football games?" And I said he should call football games.
I appreciate
Evan,
yep. And you. I'm calling 2.
Well,
Bucks, Panthers, and Texans, Jags in the UK. One in Tottenham and one in Wembley. It's coming up.
Are you going to do an English accent?
I am definitely not.
It's gonna come off. It's going to rub
it's
off
kind of
on
crazy.
you.
That would be awesome.
The second game is right around when Brexit might happen, and I'm like literally looking at the news saying, "Please push this thing back," because I know they're not going to settle it.
I love London, though. Where are you staying?
It's amazing. Well, we'll talk.
We'll talk about it.
Well, here's what we'll do here. Eric Stonestreet here on the Rich Eisen Show. We will come back. You have got a news update, Chris, correct?
Correct.
I want to know, like Julio Jones, if there's anything you could tell me on that front. There's so much. What else do you have over there to tease for the listeners and viewers of this show?
But keep it concise so we can talk more Chiefs.
All right, we got some ratings from last night, some contract details, and we got this crazy story about Hugh Freeze. Has gone to another level.
No?
Coach of Liberty, who coached from a hospital bed.
Oh, I saw that.
Well, there's an update
to this.
Is it fake?
No. It's even more bizarre than original.
Right. Just when you thought it could not get more bizarre than coaching from a hospital bed, it shall. Eric Stonestreet is here, and Craig Kilborn's making his way to the studio for an hour number 3 visit here on the first game already in the books of the NFL season edition of the Rich Eisen Show. Good to see you back here for another segment, my man.
Thank you. This is my Terry Crews impersonation. You want to see it?
What is that? Oh, by the way, I like it, what you're doing with your pecs right now. One thing before we get to the news update.
What?
We have not told you what the name of my fantasy team name is with Chris Brockman. No, you're going to love this.
You're going to like it.
Okay. Last year it was Touch of the Vermeil. Okay, because when you get a little misty-eyed.
Yep.
Touch of the Vermeil. Yeah. Mm-hmm. This time around, we decided, even though we won it as Touch of the Vermeil, we were going to change it. And it's based on the photograph that the coaches took at the NFL owners meeting this March.
Yes.
And it's based on Andy Reid taking that right leg and that left leg, implanting it wherever the hell he damn pleases, and telling Sean McDermott to his right and Brian Flores to his left, come and try and bust up this man spread centerpiece.
Those are redwoods.
And the name of our team is Man Spread Centerpiece. And you're looking at the avatar on the screen right there.
Dude, that is incredible.
And we couldn't help but notice when you were sitting with Andy Reid as Randy Reid.
Oh, yeah.
He's sitting there as the man spread centerpiece.
Yeah.
Look at that right there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's just the way he sits.
I was off to the right.
You were on an angle right there.
Yeah.
That's 2 benches, which you don't know.
Well, it's like the 2 armrests in a plane seat. Like, they're there, and you need to adjust.
Do you think Andy Reid has ever sat in the middle seat in his whole life?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think
Certainly
so.
not on the way to the punt, pass, and kick contest.
Oh, my God.
Do you know our third camera operator that comes on our show every once in a while?
Yes.
By the name of Labange. I can't think of his first name.
Okay.
He was wearing a Chiefs hat one day. I'm like, bro, you Chiefs fan? He's like, Andy Reid's my best friend. I'm like, for real? Sure enough, Andy Reid and this guy played football together. When I was there shooting the Randy Reid stuff, late at night, I get a text message from Big Red that's just a picture of those guys as youth football players on their team. So
It's amazing.
Everyone loves Andy Reid.
Everyone does. Mooch loves him. Every single human being that's come across him. So everybody should check out again the
I love
Randy
playing
Reid
against
video.
him in the playoffs because he always finds a way to screw it up.
Word.
Unbelievable.
This is our guest here.
We're celebrating a man
I
right
know.
now.
Like, Eric knows I'm just kidding.
I know.
Got the man spread centerpiece. We
Look at
love
this
it.
man spread.
Look at you. You're doing it too.
But we all do it. I mean, it's an alpha thing. It's like you're the boss. I'm gonna take the space that's mine.
I'm going to spread it. Okay, let's get with Eric Stonestreet here from Modern Family. Part of our show, as always. I'd love when you come here. You're just hanging out. I love it.
Love it.
Me too. Let's get a news update brought to you by Chris Brockman and Honda.
And now,
Brockman with a special live report.
Brockman with the news.
Brought to you by the Honda CRV, stupendously stylish and available with real-time all-wheel drive. The CRV is ready to team up for your next adventure, so hurry into your local Honda dealer today. Christopher, what do you have?
Okay, just recapping the Antonio Brown stuff from this morning. ESPN's Josina Anderson saying that a source told her Antonio Brown issued an emotional apology at a team meeting this morning with captains standing with him. Ian Rappaport followed that up, saying that he's hearing now there's a real chance that not only does Antonio Brown not get suspended, but he actually plays on Monday against Denver.
Wild times, says Ian. You're not wrong with that. Wild times. Okay, and again, I'll repeat one more time. There's got to be one more step here. There's got to be one more step where he and Mayock.
Do you want them to appear together at a news conference?
Do it all
or
behind
what?
the scenes.
It should all be behind the scenes. That's the problem with tweeting out what he tweeted. It's like, take care of your business behind closed doors.
He's the one who put it out there.
That's what I'm saying.
But don't you think Antonio kind of owes it to Raider fans to get out there and apologize publicly?
I think what needs to be done is a statement by the Raiders on behalf of what teams are all about and on behalf of their general manager that some form of discipline is taking place, that he can apologize all he wants, but he does not play Monday Night Football. And he loses a game check. That's it. And then we can all come together as a family. That's it. And this is the rule. If you do something like this, we can't all just let bygones be bygones because you're so terrific at what you do. That does not set a standard for a single darn thing.
The problem,
I don't know what's happening behind the scenes.
Yeah. I don't either. But the problem is we're putting expectations. That is putting expectations on people that I don't think they can fulfill, because the NFL is different than high school and college football, where if you screw up, you don't play. What we have is the game of football. We're asking the NFL to do the right thing, which is be leaders and show like poor behavior has ramifications and repercussions. You don't get to play the game you love so much. I don't think they're going to do it because they all want to win games, because they all want to try to beat the Chiefs, which they won't do.
What else over there, Chris? Nice.
Little Odell Beckham update for you guys. Titans, Browns, big opening game for Cleveland. Lots of hope, expectations. Odell Beckham did practice, full participant Fridays, dealing with a hip issue, but he had some quotes yesterday. It's like an extremely fast car with the alignment off. The car can still go, but it's dangerous when talking about his hip.
Oh, my gosh.
So not able to open it up, he said.
Yeah, that's what he said. He's hoping that adrenaline would kick in. Freddie Kitchens saying today, though, that he's ready to go.
Ready to go, yeah. So we'll see what Odell looks
Titans minus Taylor Lewan. We're not talking. I mean, we're all focused on what Jameis might look like with Bruce Arians down in Tampa. Mariota's on his.
I got that starting running back.
Who? Derrick Henry?
No, I got him and the Tampa Bay.
You got Peyton Barber,
yeah.
right? Yeah, I mean, you've got Mariota on his walk year 2 here. And no Taylor Lewan, and here comes Myles Garrett in that defense. That does not bode well for the Tennessee Titans in week number 1.
No, it does not.
But Mr. The trademark Ohio State University, coach of the Tennessee Titans back in the state of Ohio, where his magic took place. We'll see what happens, what Vrabel can cook up, man.
Julio Jones update, gave kind of a bizarre press conference yesterday where he talked about may not being able to suit up on Sunday against Minnesota, then quickly said he planned to play, alluding to the context of his contract situation, but then maybe he's injured. Falcons officially listed him as a not practicing because of rest yesterday. So keep an eye on Julio Jones this weekend.
Okay.
As we mentioned earlier, Tyreek Hill, 3-year, $54 million extension with Kansas City. Ian Rappaport noting that $35 million of it is guaranteed. Albert Bear has some details on Jared Goff's massive contract extension. $25 million signing bonus for Goff. $57 million fully guaranteed at signing, $84 million in the first 3 years, $110 million guaranteed against injury.
Lord, what's Mahomes going to get?
Great question.
40 plus a year.
Well, no, hold on a minute. I mean, again, you just read Goff, so I let's think about this. It's got to be $110 million guaranteed. It's got to be what 130, 140. It depends
like
what
that.
Dak makes too, because there's going to be a couple other quarterbacks signed before him.
Mm-hmm.
But Mahomes is going to be he could be the first.
I'm chipping in. I told him, look, I've done 11 seasons of Modern Family. I've saved my money.
Yeah,
I want in. I'm chipping in.
he's such a dream come true, man.
Great guy.
That's what, and again,
He is pretty great.
That's what we talked yesterday about the Jets and Sam Darnold, and I'm like, is it possible he could be that guy? Did the Jets get their dream come true in the draft?
I hope so.
Did they? And I'm just seeing so many other franchises do it. You got bestowed. The football gods decide to bestow Patrick Mahomes on you.
After 30 years of not bestowing
I know that.
us our franchise
Well, I mean,
guy.
you could say the same thing about Patriots fans. I mean, Patriots fans like my nephews in New England.
Oh,
I'm
that's
sorry.
all they know. No, seriously, that's all they know is
they
winning.
only know the winning, but they don't know the 40 years of
Steve
losing
Grogan,
before.
Kansas State alum.
Who? Steve Grogan?
Yes.
Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we could go all the way back. There were decades of that.
Yeah. Hopefully
right.
not decades in the future of it.
Stidham, baby.
Yeah, right. Jared Stidham.
Stidham.
No, we're lucky there, man.
Damn straight. But I think
We're not lucky.
it's going to be a $200 million deal. And I don't know how much of it's going to be real or not. But
Yeah.
just that if I'm, I think it's Lee Steinberg. I think he's going to be able to just show me the money, literally.
Worth every penny. Dude's amazing.
Yeah, and again,
Get
you're
in
investing in a good dude.
That's why you get in while the getting's good right now. Do it. Do it. You know it by the end of the season. At the end of this season, they should just do it before somebody else sets the market and makes it even more. That's just the way I would do it.
Thursday Night Football, not a great game.
Terrible.
10-3 final, but the ratings were great. 15.3 overnight, best for an opening kickoff since 2016. Even better than 2017's Chiefs-Pats, way up from last year's Falcons-Eagles.
Did you see Nick Saban do a commercial for Aflac? Did you?
I
see
saw
that?
your tweet and totally agreed with it.
If Nick Saban can do a commercial for Aflac, then Tua and whatever Alabama Crimson Tide player that has the ability to make a commercial should do it too.
You know what? I thought of a thing based on your tweet. I thought of something that's a compromise. Is all these guys need to start putting away money like 401ks for these players that never see the league, that never but come and give,
right? And
start a fund that starts giving some of these guys a little money after college or something like that. Because what they pay Nick Saban to do that is he. I'm a free market guy, so he gets what he gets, and I'm happy for him.
I understand that
deserves
too.
whatever he gets. But we got to figure out a way to get these guys something.
Especially since the commercials about him winning championships, he holds up his championship rings.
But they weren't Alabama rings.
Oh, they weren't.
They
were
looked like they were
rings?
just prop rings.
Excuse me. I'm not saying that they were real Alabama rings.
I'm just saying they were prop rings.
Of course, they looked like what you can get at
Then
the
hire
dentist
an actor
office.
to not play Nick Saban.
No, but
did not be Nick Saban.
That's not my point. My point is that he's won championships. That's the point that they were making in the commercial. And who's won the championships?
Players
who are not allowed to have a commercial.
Players.
So that's why it was just like
Then don't go play college football.
No, that's not that, Chris.
I mean, come on.
No. What do you mean? Then don't play college football? No, you can get it. Obviously, a scholarship means something. You're getting a free education that some take advantage of and some don't. But what I'm saying is that he is coaching college football. He makes a heck of a salary. I don't begrudge him that he makes an Aflac commercial.
Yeah, me neither.
But why should there be not an ad? Like if Aflac wants to reach out and if State Farm wants to do an ad with Tua.
Why can't they defer the money?
Or Jalen Hurts or something. Go ahead and why can't they do it?
Why can't they defer the money? Why can't they hire somebody to do it and you can't take payment on it until you're out of college?
There should be some form of that.
We don't know what Nick Saban, the agreement that he made with Aflac.
That's true. He
But
could have
again,
made it
I'm not
and
begrudging
donated it.
That's right.
By the way, there's no begrudge. I have no begrudge.
You got begrudge?
There's no
I don't have
begrudging.
begrudge.
There's
Hold
zero
on, let me
begrudging.
check my front pockets.
Actually,
no begrudge.
I begrudge one thing, that the NCAA does not allow a student athlete who is famous enough and talented enough to perhaps put
sell shoes,
perhaps put another fake ring on his finger, okay, for the next fake Aflac commercial. That they should be allowed to do it too.
Yes.
If somebody reaches out and wants to do that. Like, for instance, if there is some company right now, hypothetically.
Let's say it's Sleep Number.
No.
Sleep Number.
If there is a company out there that, say, makes hospital beds and wants to reach out to Hugh Freeze, Liberty coach,
Hold on.
and say, hey, if we got a deal for you, Hugh, since clearly you coach from one, even though you got shut out while in one. I mean...
So wait, his team crapped the bedpan?
Hey-oh. All right, hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, Eric Stonestreet.
Here's the latest on that. So, Pat Forty of Yahoo Sports had a story today. So, Liberty spokesman he's had back surgery. He's still in this bed. Not sure if he's going to travel. He does plan.
We're showing the picture. You're laughing because it is absurd.
It's absurd.
And by the way, I don't know if the coaches next to him right there, it does appear like you're doing the same movement right now, Eric, as that coach who's maybe trying to either call a play to make sure that nobody's lip reading or laughing.
What?
So what is the next step here, Chris?
So Liberty is playing, going to Louisiana, okay? And the school has purchased what it calls a medical chair for him to use in the press box.
That's a wheelchair.
A source told Pat Forty that it's characterized as a dental chair that kind of moves all around, up and down. The school is not calling it that, but the chair is being flown to Louisiana and installed in the press box. They're playing Louisiana Lafayette on Friday.
Does he not have assistant coaches?
Exactly.
Does he not have anyone else that can do
delegate
anything?
As opposed to, hold on a minute. Here's the chant. I got the Liberty chant for this week. You ready? Give me an R.
R.
Give me an I.
I.
Give me an N.
N.
Give me an S.
S.
Give me an E.
E.
What does that spell?
Resign.
Rinse.
Oh.
So last week he was in the
Spit and rinse.
last week he was in the hospital bed and they kind of wheeled him in because it was press box accessible. The press box at Cajun Field in Louisiana Lafayette was built in 1971, so that's why they had to ship the chair down. And the dental chair is easily fit into the press box.
So this we bring it all full circle here, right? Don't pay the athletes. Don't do that.
No.
There's not enough money for that. But to rent or purchase and ship a dental chair
By air.
to Louisiana so Hugh Freeze can coach from it. We got money for that.
What
Yeah.
about- what
There's
about-
a budget for that.
What about FaceTime?
That's a good one, too.
Yeah, you could just be at home on the couch.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or however he hooked up that press conference
Or
last week, the
again,
video conference.
Assistant coaches.
yeah, delegate. Delegate. It's not that
That's what a
important.
good head coach does.
Right.
Is delegate.
Oh my gosh. Or, wait a minute, of all the scripts for the final season of Modern Family been completed?
No.
Okay. How about Coach Cam?
Next episode is a Coach Cam episode too.
Okay. Well, that one's already in the
Yeah,
can,
that
though,
was
right?
in- that- well-
But later on this season, maybe the final Coach Cam, you're coaching from a hospital bed or from a dental chair because you refuse to delegate to your assistant coaches.
Yeah,
Pull it like ripped straight from the Hugh Freeze headline.
This is a classic example. Had Modern Family done this first, people would be like, "That is absurd. That's the dumbest storyline I've ever seen in my life." It's like, no,
this is real.
no, this is real.
Hugh Freeze, everybody. You have one other item over there,
That's
Chris?
it.
Well, when I saw Patricia riding around on a 4-wheeler
Yeah,
before
right.
I knew he was hurt, I was like, "What's this guy? This is not setting a good example for big guys.
Right, I know.
Like, walk around a little bit." And then I saw he was hurt, and I was like, "Okay, I take
Now
it
you
back."
respected his big
Yes,
ride.
then I loved it. It was sick looking, him driving around on it.
Oh, man. This has been a blast, sir.
Oh man, always a blast.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for today is Red Friday in Kansas City, which is a cool tradition in Kansas City. The whole town
Mm-hmm.
turns red. Fountains in Kansas City. You know, Kansas City has more boulevards than Paris and more fountains than Rome. True story. That's a slogan.
I did not know that.
Google it.
On it.
More.
And we turn our fountains red. The hunts are there,
Yes.
going all over the place, and it's a great tradition. And I brought you this flag.
Oh, look at this.
This is
a party gift.
a Red Friday flag. Well, I'm going to keep it. I'm not bringing it.
It's also upside down. Hold
Oh,
on a minute.
shoot.
Yeah,
Hold on.
no,
Is
here
that
we go.
right?
There we go. 1960 to 2000. 60 seasons
That's
of Chiefs
right.
football. The
Do you, know,
LH.
do you know how many working fountains there are in Kansas City?
No, did you Google it? It's like 200 and some probably.
200.
Yeah.
Most in the world.
Yeah. Did you Google boulevards? More boulevards in Paris, bro.
I was just on fountains.
There's definitely more barbecue than Paris.
More barbecue. Yeah. Did you see Mitch Schwartz took barbecue, smoked a bunch of meat, took it to all the press and fed the press the other day?
He's a good kid.
Kodiak.
By the way, that's still one of my favorite moments. We're the network. This show turns 5 in October.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. One of my favorite exchanges in the 5-year history of this show was when we were in Kansas City for the Big Slick. By the way,
embarrassing.
congratulations on another huge, what, 2 million.
Over 2 million
this week.
Over 10 for this history of it.
Unbelievable. 2 million for Children's Mercy Hospital in Kansas City.
Yep.
We're in the Big K, right? And you're with Mitchell Schwartz,
Yeah.
and I'm like, member of the tribe, and you go, Chiefs. Not that tribe.
It's so adorable that I didn't know you were talking about your tribe.
That's right. I was talking about his Judaism, not your football team.
Yeah.
But God bless you, Eric Stonestreet.
Thanks for having me on, Rich.
You got it.
Thanks
September
for-
25th is the return of Modern Family on ABC for its final season. Final, right? There's no turning back. It's done.
Final of Modern Family for sure.
And do we know how it ends right now?
No.
Not at all.
No clue.
You have a mystery. It's all mystery.
Well, what's funny is we're shooting a shorter season, and the shorter season would end around February. So, you know where I'm going.
I do.
Yeah. To Miami.
But you say you don't go unless your team makes it, right?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I won't be there unless they're there. Never.
What a week that would be, sir. What a week that would be. Eric Stonestreet, at Eric Stonestreet on both Instagram and Twitter. Craig Kilborn's coming up. When we come back, I
What a
stroll down.
treat.
It'll be great. I haven't seen him in forever and a day, but you're going to probably see him back in the green room
Never
first.
met him.
Okay, well, that's about to end, I believe. But for the TV audience, we are going to show a little bit of the Andy Reid video that Eric put out there into the universe this week. We come back, we'll stroll down memory lane, courtesy of my friends of Super Bowl memory lane, courtesy of my friends of Courtyard. That's how we return here
Thanks,
on the Rich Eisen
Chiefs.
Show.
Thanks, Jerry Collins, for Randy Reid.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.